Let's make some money.
Said it before, but I wanted to like make like a kind of follow up to this after like the final rankings came out. Now after we got the top 100, and these are like the actual characters. Like it was the midterms, and now this is the actual characters. Not really much to say if I talk about base roster because some of this stuff is the same. Right, of course, Luffy, Sanji, Zoro at the top. Of course, Nami and Robin are still up there. Of course, like stuff, all stuff is still the same. I think Mihawk changed. He was like 31st. I think he was 31st before. It's like DLC, pretty easy, pretty easy. Even somebody say DLC for Crocodile. Crozon was always high up. It'd be interesting to make a move set for people. Really love this character though. It's been such a long time since Dressrosa. Like he only showed up for like, a flashback because that's why he got killed in the flashback, of course. So he only showed up for the flashback, but people still love this character so much. Say all the time. It might even be like might be one of those things where you just have to make like a move set for him, even though he's not really like moving that crazy. It's doesn't really have an attacks to it. But it's like this character is loved so much, like he might be a good DLC character at this point. Like this is just like wait, look how higher he is than his brother. He's only 11 spots up from him. That shit is fucking crazy, man. Uh, base roster, base roster, base roster. Uto is like certain DLC now. Like she is the most popular movie character easily. Like I don't think any of the others are even like close to her, even close to how up she is. It's actually crazy. It's like I would say surprising how popular Uta is, but like of course, I know her the singer people love her music so much. So it's basically just like, oh, I know One Piece, easy money, easy money. Carrot, basically she's been a straw hat so much she's basically a straw hat. I like to say she would definitely get in the game at like how much motion she has. Like I was saying before, maybe her moveset wise she isn't that crazy, but people love this character. Maybe it has to put her in the game somehow because it's like this amount of motion is kind of wild. She went from 8 to 16, so she dropped a bunch, but it's like her isn't still being around is like I don't know. It's kind of like Crozon, right? Where it's like, but it hasn't been around for a little while now, but it's been a way longer for Crozon. For Carrot, she's it's actually crazy when you think about how long Zoe to Wano was, how much chapters that was, how much episodes that was that she's been around for. So it makes sense. People kind of treat her like this. It's like yeah, for sure could get in the game like a base roster. I feel like, but I don't know if she'd be like DLC material. If I was just moving around, maybe they go crazy with how our Subong works, but that's not to really think of. Rocks has not even gotten any real anime screen time. He's like in a silhouette right now in the anime, but this is motion. This is what you call motion. He's just a swordsman, so something like Shanks, something like Mihawk, just be using his weapon. It's like dang, this is crazy. Like, what could I really do to differentiate him from like Shanks and Mihawk? So I wonder if they made him like a DLC character in the game, but we'll probably see more. Now there's even a God Valley movie coming 2027. So that's a lot of stuff they could do with Rocks. Seeing as a whole movie plus the anime like original stuff they could add to him. It probably won't be that hard to like. Oh, what is this character really doing? Like even for like the manga stuff, right? Yeah, of course you'll have like different attacks, but like you don't get to show too much. I feel like I don't think they'd add what happens to him as part of his moveset because that's kind of like tough, right? Be like a boss character or something. Yamato 18 makes sense. Could be a DLC character. Usopp base roster or Loki. Saying before, I think I said this before. Giant character. They had to shrink him down a lot, but Loki is also look at Rocks and Loki. Most of the stuff is just like this is like when they haven't really moved around that much of the anime yet. Like before, like anime stuff is happening a long while back when the manga stuff was happening. So this is just these two are just motion, like crazy motion. Loki has so much to work with, but he's just the only problem with Loki is like even compared to the top 30, he's the most he's easily I think even the top 100. There's not even a character. I don't know. I think he probably is the tallest character, right? I don't think anyone's taller than him, anyways. But just he's so tall. What do they do for him? I don't really know. Like, are they gonna make? They really have to shrink him down. But his whole thing is like, oh, this is ginormous. He's ginormous. and that's what's making him like this as dangerous as he is. Plus all the stuff he can do also. So I don't know if they like go for the shrinking him down now or just make him like really tall. And if he's too tall, might be something like Tatsunoko versus Capcom or something where it's just like a ginormous character. The base roster, everyone else is like kind of small. He's easily the tallest character. Like I'm not in the series, but he's like easily the tallest character in top 100. Katakuri, alright, so I skipped a few. Cracker is easily for me the weirdest character in this top 30. I cannot believe Cracker ended up making it in. And it's sad because we're not gonna get Katakuri like art or eye catch. We're gonna get Cracker. I like Cracker's power is cool. I always feel like he's kind of slept on because kind of gets beaten pretty like early on in the arc, but it's just like it's sad to see him being out Katakuri. I think there's one fan who voted for him this much to get him up here. It's actually crazy. See him all the way up here. It's like 500 votes or something like, or $500 to get Cracker all the way up here. Crazy stuff from I'm on President Japan. Dolphamingo, of course, the only I say anything about it. At this point, the story's been so long since Dolphamingo, he's probably base roster. And both the fighting issues base roster, I'm saying a lot of stuff I said before, but it's kind of to go over it. Kid base roster, Perona could be base roster. Monkey could also be base. I try to like I can't see saying base roster. At some point, it's like when it comes to Straw Hats, all the Straw Hats are going to be base roster. You can't really put them as DLC. And then it starts being like stuff like, well, are you going to put Buggy as DLC? Buggy, people love Buggy. So Buggy could be DLC. Corona could be DLC too, but I don't know if it's like, it's like one of those things that could easily be both, right? Vivi fights too. If she's not on base roster, I don't think she'd make it into the game. I don't think she'd be DLC. Honestly, I cannot see her as DLC based on how much characters they have would they'd be missing out on if they had a game. But Vivi, definitely she fights enough to have a move set for a little I don't know what she calls them, little string weapons. A little string chain. Frankie base, Jinbei base, Straw Hats. Jinbei keeping out everyone from top 30. The top 30 is full. Katakuri, like I said last time, probably the most DLC character of all time. He was higher before, he was top 30 before, but fell down. Definitely has like one of the most loved characters, right? Way more loved than his mom. At least, unfortunately, for Big Mom, who's she's like 60, 63. She came up a little bit, but yeah, way higher than his mom. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Mochi. Basically, Luffy's moveset, but change it around a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that Katakuri can do. I think it's like an easy DLC character. Like, people love this character. Kuma too. I think Kuma also is like an easy DLC character. There's a lot of things he can do with his Devil Fruit ability, and plus the Pacifista powers he has. I don't think they put regular Pacifista in the game. They definitely have Kuma as the only one. Or maybe they'd be like, depending on how the story mode or like the game is, maybe the Pacifista can just like reuse like because it's really just him. They can reuse Kuma's model and make like a CPU fight, like the Pacifista without the little paw pads, right? That's all they have to do. And that could be like a whole move set or something. Smoker. It's tough, man. Smoker would be base. Wow, I think there'll be 20 people on base, so but if we're going for like a base roster Logia character, maybe that's where we'd go for. Maybe Smoker. Because for Smoker, he's like the most non-threatening. Is that means to say the most non-threatening now? Like if you want like the admirals, you want someone like Kuzan, you want someone like Aokiji, you want someone like Kizaru, right? They're all like DLC characters. People love these guys, right? And they're definitely moving a lot crazier than Smoker is now. So there's a lot more stuff we can do. They're definitely DLC worthy. Like if people be hyped for Kuzan, people be hyped for Barcelino, people be hyped for I would be hyped for Armaki. Is Armaki? I don't think he even made the top 100. But yeah, people like the other admirals. Fujitora, too, but he's not Logia. Who's next, brother? I think Ruchi, like I said before, I skipped Bon Clay. I skipped Bon Clay. Bon Clay I don't think he'd make it in the game. I don't think he's doing enough differently to make a move set for like his power to swap faces. Only swaps faces and swap powers. I think I'm saying I feel like I'm repeating myself from what I said before, but that's probably what's gonna happen. Me going through all of these characters. Bon Clay just doesn't really got a lot going on. He kicks like Sanji, but it's kind of different. I don't think it'd be as interesting in comparison with the other characters. Rob Lucci, I think will be based off. Rob Lucci has a lot of stuff going for him. He's like one of the biggest villains in the series, most popular villains in the series, top 40, so you can see it. Whitebeard would be one of like kind of taller than a lot of the other characters. Other than Loki, he's like the tallest character, I think. I don't remember if Cracker and Dolph Lundgren are pretty tall, but I think he's the tallest in this top 40. Yeah. So he probably taller, but then his quick powers, like he could definitely be a DLC character. People love Whitebeard, but it's one of those things where like, if Blackbeard has the same power, maybe they'll just save it for Blackbeard because he's smaller. It might be easier to do. 5 feet at 60 is crazy. Look how far down he is, but or they could just like if they're gonna do Blackbeard, maybe make it easier to do it first and have like some the Quake stuff down. That way, you can kind of like put the stuff into Whitebeard. Like they'll get ready doing some Quake abilities, can maybe like reuse some of the animations or something if they want to do it like that. Kobe, I was talking about him before. Kobe's one of the fan favorites, one of the characters who's been around since like the beginning. He's been around such a long time, but I don't really think he's doing that much to make him like character yet. Like, honestly, Impact is cool. That's like one thing in his bag. He needs more bag. Maybe soon. He's training, so maybe we'll see more moves for him right now. But he's just Garp with less, so there's no really use it. If you put someone in a game, as like if he's not base roster, I don't think he'd be DLC. Garp could definitely be DLC, but and also base roster. I'm saying like, but I don't think Kobe could be DLC. Let's again like really. I don't like what else can honestly Impact only does one thing. It's not like it's like a multiple type of honky thing, like where it's like does a lot of different things. All it does is one big honky explosion. But well, I'm saying that, but there's been so much like moves and fighting games with like all this guy does is this one thing, but he does it like slightly differently to make it like well maybe like this one makes you hit the ground, making a DP or something. He hits the air. It's a punch, and all stuff. You could do stuff like that, right? It's like for 16, a great example. And all he did in the fight was kind of grab, sell around. At 16, the whole moveset, grabbing, health flash. His level 1's health flash, level 3's health flash. One of his buttons is health flash. Like all he did is grab, health flash, and shoot his arms out really, and it's a whole moveset. So I'm sleeping on. It could definitely make Kobe a character. I feel like it wouldn't be as interesting. Right, I love 16. I don't think it's as interesting as one of the other characters. So we probably do something like that. I feel like I already talked about Gar. I skipped Cavendish. Cavendish might be a stance character. Having his like sleep form, forget his name. But his sleep form could be like a second thing where it's like moving kind of crazy, like moving crazier than him. And normally he's just maybe a little less fast. I wonder what be the difference, right? Maybe the Berserker. Because that's what has something. Maybe the Berserker has less health or gets killed faster, but it's like easier to kill or something. And then regular Cavendish. I like inside the way they did it inside of One Piece Pirate Coliseum Arc System works. They have it as if he keeps attacking with speed, eventually he gets tired and falls asleep. So maybe it'd be something like Nagoriyuki's Blood Gauge, where it's like you keep attacking, you're eventually gonna fall asleep, and then when you fall asleep, you wakes up the nightmare version, and the nightmare version is like his health is going down or something, or it's like he has less health, something like that. It's like we don't want to go into the sleep mode. It makes you stronger if you go into it. You have to try to avoid going into it by not like overdoing your skills and falling asleep, something like that. That's Arc System Works did it, but they didn't like add the nightmare version. You just fall asleep and you can wake up. So while you if you're for sleep, then you can get attacked during the sleep. So that's all they did with it. So they can kind of do more with Cavendish. Cavendish is still pretty popular. It's considered. It's been a long time for Cavendish. He's way higher than Bart, right? See it. Bart is this way. I would assume Bart would be higher than Cavendish. Cavendish is still pretty high up. That's crazy. I didn't talk about Garp for a tiny bit. I'm just like, yeah, Garp, said before, easy DLC. Just Kobe, but more steps, a lot more stuff you can do. Yeah. Kuzan, Aokiji, um, or I always say Aokiji, Akainu. I always mix those up for some reason. Kainu, Akainu. Where is Akainu? Well, Aokiji, Kuzan. I think he'd be a DLC character. He could be base, but I think it's how much his ice powers can do, with how crazy his ability is. I think it'd be easy DLC. Like it'd be pretty good DLC. Um, that's what I kind of feel like I was saying before. Like all the animals, I feel like could just be like DLC. I don't know. I wouldn't. They could like in the game. They also base roster, but if you're adding all the characters from now, I feel like they probably get pushed down now because there's just like so much stuff happening. Oh, there's Sakazuki is Sakazuki Kainu. Okay, so Izo. I don't think Izo get in the game at all. Izo shoots his gun, and that's all. Right, it's cool. He shoots his gun, and he shoots his gun, and he shoots his gun, and that's kind of all he does. So I don't really know. And Ben Beckman too. He swings his gun, and he shoots it sometimes, and I don't think that's enough yet. Maybe later we see more from Ben, but I don't think he'd be in the game. Rayleigh might be DLC for a while. The same thing. That's same for Shanks, Mihawk, and Rocks, just a sword user. So maybe he'd be using. I still want to say maybe he's using Conqueror's Hockey move, but that's what the Hockey Man is doing. So I don't really know. That's like it could come up with something, right? Rayleigh does enough to make it slightly differently. Like just sword user. So something a little bit different if they made him DLC. So maybe he wouldn't get in the game. Maybe he'd be like if it was like only supports, maybe he'd be a support only character or something like that. The Going Mary, maybe it'd be something like a background, like a support character, like it is in the other games. But of course, I don't think Going Mary getting in. Bonnie. At this point, Bonnie could be I don't think Bonnie will be DLC. Fifth Gear might be like the character that gets in. Maybe that's a super. But Bonnie could be DLC. People like Bonnie. King, maybe DLC. I'm like starting to like kind of get off King because like King is like I don't know. One was like last or not 2 arcs ago. It feels like it moves so far past him. There's so much other characters that are doing stuff, right? And even like when we look at this list, even though King is this high up, I feel like King getting in over a lot of these characters would be crazy. And it's like, oh, King has his flames, so that's cool. But you putting King over Akainu? Absolutely not. Like people would want to see Akainu more. I want to see Akainu more than I want to see King in the game. I want to see Kizaru more than I want to see King. NL. I want to see Enaru more than I want to see King. It's like you can kind of go down our list. It doesn't really fit that well. Lilith, or Vegapunk. Vegapunk scientist, not really fighting like that. So I don't think she would get in. Peruli, Paris Sparrow, wouldn't get in the game. I don't think you get in the game. It'd be a waste of a spot if you did. I don't think you get in the game, but funny stuff. Yeah. Captain Mid's partner Filler. I don't think Filler would get in the game. But Killer is cool, but I don't think he's doing enough to get him in over some of the other characters. Evil will get in the game, but it would have to be like later. After stuff is animated, Evil has more than enough to be like a DLC character. Like so much stuff, and it's like this is like the big bad of the series, easy DLC character. Sakazuki, like I said before, like the other animals, easy DLC. I feel like, or base roster, another one of Luffy's big bads. The one game getting Scar in the first place. Easy character. It's been such a long time since Captain Kuro. Pretty impressive you made it this high up. Captain Kuro, I wouldn't. It's like, what is Captain Kuro doing now? Standing out. I mean, he's fast, and it's like, but at this point, being fast and like having his little claws, it's like that's nothing. That's like it's not really doing anything crazy. At that point, right? Let's put Kobe in the game for like a physical. There's so much like better physical fighters than Kuro, and it's just I just don't see him getting in that game at all. If you want to put someone from like the beginning of the series, like a villain, you put Buggy in. There's a lot of characters you could put in like Radar. If you want to put someone like Grand Rider or something, bro. Like if you want to put someone from Skype, like there's so much better characters, better choices for it. Or someone someone from the arc, right? You want to put Mihawk in this. You want someone like they fought in the Verite or something like around the before Grand Rider. Like it's pretty easy, bro. I don't really see Carl getting in. Bart, he got in both fighters before, but at this point, I was kind of saying with it feels like I feel like I was kind of saying with King, kind of move parts. Bart, I don't know. They put it like people love Bart, but I don't know if he's doing enough to be over a lot of these characters who people want to see a lot more than Bart at this point. And the new characters have to get in the game. It's kind of cool. The new stuff that's happening. Whitebeard's one of Whitebeard's Commandos. It's really funny he got this far. I don't have to say him being in the game. It's really an impossibility for him to be base roster or DLC like this. I think he punches once or something. We see him punching once in like the anime. So that's the only clip I've seen from him. And really impossible for him to be a Musa. I don't know. Oh, if he got him over us like almost anyone else in this top 100, people would be angry. That's how it is, man. But Roger, Goldie Roger, could be DLC. I'm kind of thinking myself, but like with Rayleigh, like with Rocks, like with Shanks, like with Mihawk, Swords Fighter only. So once again, if they had Rock, and they had Roger, and they had Rocks, they had I don't know if they had all these guys going on, then I don't know, like because like if you're gonna put Roger in the game, that could work. They could be having doing different stuff, but we don't. I don't know. It's like we've seen enough for him. It's like really differentiate him from like because Shanks is kind of fighting like his old captain, right? So if you're gonna put Roger in the game, people are like, well, why put Roger in the game? We could put Shanks, who's a lot more popular, using his same techniques and doing a lot more because we see him a lot more on screen, or Mihawk, who's also a sword fighter. Like it's kind of like I don't really see Roger getting in just because of that. Maybe he'd be a support character. It's kind of tough to say because he's like not really doing stuff right now. Joy Boy, maybe later. Maybe when we see more from Joy Boy. But right now, nah. Basically, also not. But also depending on how differently he fights from Luffy, maybe. If it's like same fruit, probably gonna be like same. It looks a lot like Luffy. Luffy's long sleeves. It looks like so. It's probably gonna be Luffy. I can't maybe not want to get in the game. It depends on how crazy Joy Boy is fighting. Like Teach with sure, like base roster with sure. If not base roster, 100% DLC. Surprising that he's got 60th. Whether or not Teach would be higher. Teach was higher before, but I don't know. I don't know. Blackbeard hasn't been. I guess not really around like right now. This arc, so we'll see more from Blackbeard. Probably go up and maybe later, but Blackbeard definitely. Gunko, Sherry would could be DLC based on I think like the most high from the Guards Knights. So, or even higher than Shamrock. That's crazy. But yeah, Gunko. I guess Gunko being the most popular one could get in the game. If a One Piece fighting game came out around now, I guess that'd be the case. But if it's a little bit later, maybe like the next arc, maybe that's what they just like end up being DLC. Beppo will not get in the game unless he's like a support character for like Law or something, or just like some kind of support character because Beppo's not doing enough. Will be a good part of Law's moveset though. I think that'd be cool to see him come out or something because people love Beppo. Big Mom, pretty far down. It's like that's kind of helps, right? Big Mom and Kaido being so far down, don't really have to worry about big characters. There's so many other characters got put in the game before them, and people wouldn't be like, damn, where's Big Mom? Where's Kaido? Well, no one really cares about them. That like people love Big Mom and Kaido, right? But it's like not as much as a lot of these characters who could be put in the game before. Like this is like multiple series of DLC before you get to Kaido or Big Mom, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But for Big Mom, all stuff she could do with her soul powers, her soul fruit, calling her homies, Zeus, not Zeus. I forget. I think her name is Hera. Her new lightning and Prometheus. Uh, so there's a lot of stuff she could do. Napoleon too. Like she has an easy move set. There's a lot of stuff she could do. Pudding doesn't really fight. Spanda being this high is evilness, bro. Why? Who is voting for Spanda? And also, why did Oda keep this guy alive, bro? Spanda should not be. Whatever, man. I'm sorry I didn't say his name. Kaido would also be a easy DLC. Ginormous. It's like Big Mom. Ginormous character. Firewalls, he has his Dragon Twister. He has what else? He has his zone transformation, his hybrid form. He has a lot of stuff. Right. So I just don't know how you do it. Like ginormous character, just ginormous dragon. Would they have to transform and be moving across the screen? That's like covering the entire screen. If you could, it might be like the most hittable character of all time. So I would say if Loki wasn't on the list, the most hittable character in all fighting is if they like had his dragon form all around the screen. He's hitting him and he gets killed by a bunch of random attacks, I guess. I don't think Dako Memory would make it with a tall one. But a lot of stuff going on with his Shadow Fruit. She'll make it either her. I always forget, it's not a devil fruit power, it's just like it's a kind of a special ability she has for art. If Bon Clay got in the game, not Bon Clay, Mr. Dre. If Mr. Dre, Galdino got in the game, then she probably part of like his moveset, coloring his stuff in, I think. But then she's way over him too. I don't even think he's in the top 100, right? Monkey D. Dragon is definitely game worthy. He'd probably definitely get in the game, but it wouldn't be now because right now we don't know what he really does. But he's definitely one of those characters we see in the game, but he just hasn't done anything yet himself. But we know he most likely has wind powers or some type of like storm devil fruit ability, but we don't know for sure because he hasn't done anything else with it since like fucking Logtown, bro. That shit is fucking crazy, man. But we'll see him. It's like the story's ending. This is like the end of the road. But that dragon is making moves, and we will certainly eventually see his ability and how his stuff works. Sure, Hoshi doesn't really fight, but he's kind of funny. Shamrock, see more of Shamrock. Has more going on than his brother because of his devil fruit ability. Not his devil fruit ability, his sword. I love in One Piece when weapons or items have devil fruits. It gives him so much more stuff he can do because he can use Haki, but Conqueror's Haki on top of his sword. Maybe his sword could even have like Conqueror Haki too or something. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it, right? We want to see like one ability from him, but based on just that, he has a lot of potential as a fighting game character, or just like character in general when it comes to what he can do, his abilities. So we know a lot. Just showcasing he has like a devil fruit power and not really having a devil fruit power, right? Hawkins is a bum. Is that all I should say? Hawkins is a bum. I don't think people. I'm surprised he got this high up. Hawkins is a bum. Tashigi is a bum too, unfortunately. Right? Why would you? I keep talking about sword fighters. She's a sword fighter, but she has like no bag. Why would you put Tashigi in the game? Put Zoro in the game. He has more abilities. Could put Roger in the game. Could put Rayleigh in the game. Could put I'm saying the same thing. Could put Brook in the game. It has I think every swordsman on this list has more going on. Spandam has more going on than Tashigi. It's a shame, right? It's a shame. I can't really say much about Tashigi other than like it's a waste to put her in that game. She doesn't really do anything. Oda hasn't really had her doing anything at all. She could barely even use Haki. Like it's not a good look. I don't think Paul will make it in the game, but his rope fighting style is cool. OT might have been DLC if this game came out around Wano, but at this point, 75, it'd be kind of hard to put her in with how much stuff is going on above her. So I don't know. Hell, if I wouldn't make it again, I shouldn't have been talking about it. X Drake, another bum. zone user. There's a lot of better zone choices than Drake, so kind of no reason. She has Fishman Karate. Who has Fishman Karate? And it's like there's not really any reason to put her in the game. That's all she really does. Fishman Karate. Laws, crewmate, penguin. I'm not gonna talk about him. Bonnet, ice powers, or snow powers, I have to say. Um, maybe, but it's like she's not that crazy when it comes to zone users. A lot of zone users getting buffer, and I don't know. I don't really know what she can do. Is like, because I don't know what's different from ice, but it's like Kuzan's already moving pretty crazy. I think she can kind of do all the stuff she could do. Not really anything. She would breathe. I'd say she's not anything she could breathe. She's flying around and stuff. I mean, that's cool, but I think it's cool enough. Kung Fu Duga, the goats, would not make it in the game. Certainly would not make it in the game, but it's hilarious. He got this high up. In the filler, he has hockey, so that's better than some of the straw hats. That's a little bit more to work with if he did get in the game somehow. I got a joke character, but Reiju, like I was saying before, Reiju would be the leader of the team, like kind of the Ginyu Force, or like one of those teams where it's like, oh, the main character or Zahir and Avatar, main character, and then the other characters switch in to like help attack, right? Support characters or kind of tag characters, right? Something like that. Not really tag, but the support characters. I think it'd make a good like kind of Ginyu Force type team because like she's the most popular. Judge, all the other siblings are nowhere to be found, right? Put her as a main one, and everyone else is attacking with her. Kiku, um, swordsman. Not really much to say. Same thing with Kawamatsu swordsman. Swordsman. I don't know. These three, it's quite right, all right next to each other. I don't think they're cool enough to like be. I think they're kind of like a waste of a slot, to be honest. I don't go for to say that because they don't really do anything too crazy. Their fighting style. But if you want, like I keep saying, if you want a cool swordsman, really got them. That's the only thing they could do. No devil fruit ability, no nothing like that. It's like kind of a waste. Nothing else they're really doing. Nothing else they're really bringing it to the table. I feel like after a certain point when it comes to swordsmen in the roster, I feel like it'll start to get boring. Like not really doing anything. But I'm saying that, but I know there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. But it's like, with her abilities not being anything too different, I don't really know. Pell, uh, nah, Pell's cool though. He's like, oh, there's only a few people who can fly in the series. How funny, but I didn't know what he's talking about. Hina, Cage Fruit, wouldn't get in the game. Caesar probably wouldn't get in the game. Gas Fruit, not that great of a fighter, but can do a lot of stuff with gas. But it's like I don't think he get in the game. Iceberg, uh, not getting in the game. Their ship, the Thousand Sunny, not getting in the game. Garu, if Car was in the game, it'd be part of Vivi's moveset. Like they'd be fighting together. So I could add to Vivi's moveset if Vivi got in the game. Um, Good Boy, not getting in the game. Who was this guy again? I think he's from the God Valley. He might be. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. He's not getting in the game. Becca wouldn't get in the game. Fujitora would get in the game. Probably DLC. Sachi got in too, just like his buddy Penguin wouldn't get in the game, but maybe I don't think Law has so much stuff he could do with his ability. I don't think they'd be part of his move set either. Right? Maybe at most Beppo, but I don't think they put all of the Law pirates in it. Maybe it'd be like an outro or something like that, like the jellyfish pirate outro from Guilty, something like that, where you just see all the pirates posing or something at the end. Maybe she'll be stronger later, but not strong enough to be a gang character, bruh. Maybe she shows up a lot. It's kind of weird how much she shows up. So maybe something is like going on for her. Maybe she'll be crazy later, but right now shows up a lot, but doesn't really do anything. Gaimon, if Kung Fu Dugan wasn't a joke character, then for certain the joke character would be Gaimon or maybe Buggy. I feel like Buggy is a joke character, but it's like there's so much stuff he can actually do when it comes to fighting. That's like it doesn't really feel like he's a joke character. Like there's a lot of stuff he can actually do, a lot of stuff he can make for a move segment. That was like he fails his way upwards. There's still a lot of stuff he can do. So I don't really know if you call him a joke character, it's like kind of fair. There's a lot of stuff he has for a moveset. So maybe Gaimon will be a good character. Stussy, probably wouldn't get in. So we see her like bite once. I don't think she has enough for a moveset. And then Ivankov, number 100, could get in the game, but I definitely have enough going on for a moveset. But I don't, after talking about like all these other characters, even like the other characters below Iva, I think they probably have a better spot than a better shot than Iva, because Iva is cool, but there's a lot of characters missing from the top 100 that I think could get in the game. That's cool. I love talking about like hypotheticals, like hypothetical One Piece fighting game roster. It's pretty easy to see. Like a lot of stuff is consistent, right? But some stuff is gonna change around when new characters come out, or like when some characters it's like not really doing that much anymore. So how I feel like it would be like, but stuff it's always stuff I like kind of like make it like maybe like someone from top 200 maybe put them there. Like some people weren't expecting, maybe want to do some crazier stuff. Maybe something like people weren't ever gonna think about. Maybe they did think a Devil Fruit ability would work out better in a fighting game than some of these characters. So maybe they'll be pulled. Like there's always stuff like that can happen. I like when games do that. Like, oh, we weren't expecting this, and then it's a really cool character. Like I talked about 16 before. Edward 16 is one of my favorite characters to play a fighting game. And I never think about 16 that was that cool before until I played him in a fighter. So it's always stuff where it's like, this character doesn't seem that cool, but once you put him in a fighting game and like kind of think about how does this character fight like, and how can we make it a move set? It can make some of the characters who are not in this top 100 a lot more cooler. I like this. This is also what makes characters popular too. Like I love 16 a lot more now that I played him in fighters. So maybe if we're trying to make a character more popular, they'll pull them from top like 200 or something, or like top even 300, and we'll see what they can do with them. Like, it's always fun. I love yapping about stuff like this, and just like it's cool to see the top 100 lists how it is now.